If you are working on weight loss, or really what we would call a change in body composition, where you see a decrease in fat mass and a maintenance or increase in muscle mass, then one place you can start is calculating your resting metabolic rate, or your RMR. Your RMR is the amount of calories your body needs or uses in a day just to survive, as in you wake up in the morning but just lay in bed all day and don't really move much. When people use the word metabolism, this is generally the number they are referring to. We start with this number to know your baseline calorie needs. Then we have to account for any movement and planned exercise in a day, which also expends calories. And a calorie is a measure of energy used by our bodies, and nutrients that provide that energy can be found in foods. By having a rough idea of how many calories you expend in a day, you can develop a rough idea of how many calories to consume in order to lose weight. Now, there are machines capable of assessing your RMR, but most folks use equations to calculate the value, since machines aren't accessible everywhere and may be costly. Today, we'll be using an equation called Mifflin-St. Jeor, or just Mifflin for short. In order to use this equation, you need to convert your height to centimeters and your weight to kilograms. To do so, take your height in inches and multiply by 2.54 to get centimeters, and take your weight in pounds and divide by 2.2 to get kilograms. You may want to pause this video to work on the calculations as we go along. So now that you have your height in centimeters and weight in kilograms, let's plug them into the full formula. The formula varies for men and women and also includes your age in it. So pick the appropriate formula for you and go ahead and plug in your numbers. The number you just calculated is your RMR. Next, we're going to multiply your RMR by a number we call an activity factor. The activity factor allows us to estimate calories expended through daily movement and exercise, and there are a range of values you can use. Someone who does no planned exercise, has a sedentary desk job, and doesn't walk much as part of his or her day would have an activity factor of roughly 1.2. Someone that exercises for about 20 minutes 2 to 3 times per week, or that walks a good amount as part of their daily lifestyle, like for commuting, would be mildly active. Someone that exercises for 30 to 60 minutes 3 to 4 times per week would be moderately active. Someone that exercises for more than 60 minutes most days of the week or has a very labor-intensive job like construction would have a heavy activity level. And finally, an athlete participating in multiple intense workouts per day, or someone with a labor-intensive job plus a moderate exercise schedule, would be extremely active. Choose an activity factor that roughly applies to you and multiply it by your RMR. This gives you an estimate of your total energy expenditure, or TEE. If you're seeking weight loss, the general guideline is to subtract about 500 to 1,000 calories at the most from your TEE. This would be your average calorie goal. A good rule of thumb to keep in mind is to not aim for a calorie goal below your RMR, and the more active you are, the smaller calorie reduction you may want to make to ensure you have energy to keep up your activity. If you haven't done so already, go ahead and calculate your calorie goals. Now, a reminder that this and many other nutrition-focused videos can be found on our health promotion website. Thanks for tuning in.